Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to be distilling some incredible insights from 80 perspectives on artificial intelligence. Now, this is a guide that's really designed to help all of us, especially young people, get a handle on AI's massive impact. We're going to cut through all the noise and get right to what you actually need to know.
All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll tackle some of the big myths around AI. Then, we're going to peek behind the curtain and see how this stuff really works. From there, we'll get into its grip on our society, figure out who's really holding the power, and finally, we'll talk about how all of us can become smarter, more critical users of this technology.
So first up, the AI God myth. There's this almost religious awe that surrounds AI, But is it some kind of new deity we should worship? Or is it just a very, very clever tool? I mean, this is the big question on a lot of people's minds, isn't it? AI can feel like this huge, powerful intelligence that's just bigger than us. And that inspires both this deep fear and this incredible admiration, kind of like the gods of old.
And check this out. Professor Neil Lawrence makes a really fascinating point. He says we often treat AI like a deity because it feels so powerful, so different from us. But, and this is the important part, he warns that putting it on a pedestal like that can seriously warp our understanding of what it actually is and what it isn't.
So maybe thinking of AI as a god isn't that helpful. A better comparison? Think of a trickster. Like Loki from mythology. It's a shapeshifter. It uses algorithms to influence our choices and our behavior, a lot of the time without us even having a clue that it's happening.
Okay, so if AI isn't some all-powerful god, then what exactly is it? It's time to pull back the curtain on this so-called intelligence and see what's really going on under the hood.
You see, what we usually call AI these days, things like ChatGPT, is actually what's known as a large language model, or an LLM. And here's the key thing to get. It's not thinking. It's a super advanced mimic. It's just predicting the next most likely word based on the mountains and mountains of data it was trained on. Think of it like a very, very sophisticated autocorrect. And this quote right here, it really just hits the nail on the head. AI isn't creating anything new from scratch. It's a powerful copycat. It finds patterns in all the text it's been fed, and then it just imitates those patterns. The results can feel amazing, for sure, but they're always based on that original stuff.
And if you really want to understand its limits, you just have to look at this. This is a totally real example where image recognition AIs have actually struggled to tell chihuahuas apart from blueberry muffins. Why? Well, because their visual patterns, the little dark eyes, the brownish lumpy shapes, are surprisingly similar.
And that really brings us to the crucial question, right? If its so-called intelligence is just a form of pattern matching that can get tripped up this easily, how much should we really be trusting what it tells us? Its intelligence is more of an illusion than actual, genuine understanding.
So what happens when you take this incredibly powerful, but let's be honest, kind of flawed tool, and you unleash it on all of us, especially through social media? Well, it starts to invisibly shape our entire emotional world.
AI-powered platforms have basically figured out how to hack our brains. They tap right into our fundamental human need for social acceptance. And those likes, shares, and comments, they act like cognitive sugar, little, quick hits of validation that are designed to make the services addictive and keep us scrolling for more. And this creates this crazy feedback loop. The algorithm pushes emotional content at you because it knows it'll get a reaction. We see it, we engage with it, and that sends a signal to creators that this is what works. So, what do? They make even more of it. And the whole cycle just repeats and gets more and more intense over time.
The end result of all this is what some have called a perfect storm. It's not just the algorithm, or just us as users, or just the creators. No, it's the combined effect of all three that creates this maelstrom of emotion that we all feel online.
So if our online world is this emotional roller coaster, you have to ask, who's actually benefiting from all this chaos? And that question leads us directly to the concentration of power in this new age of AI.
Now, this is a really important distinction to make. On the one hand, you've got the AI we use as a tool. We're in the driver's seat. But on the other hand, you've got the AI that is used on us, often completely invisibly, by these huge systems that monitor us, influence us, and make decisions about our lives.
And the power behind that second kind of AI, it's held by just a handful of massive tech companies. They formed what you could call a digital oligarchy, and they own the entire infrastructure where billions of us live our digital lives, where we communicate, work, and form our opinions about the world.
And the power they have is just profound. Listen to how expert Tina Herkinen puts it, because this is huge. They're not just defining what information we see, they're defining who we meet, who we get to know, and the entire environment where we build our social lives. So, where does that leave us? How do we navigate this whole new world without getting completely lost? Well, the answer lies in developing a whole new kind of literacy. We've got to go from being passive consumers to active, critical users.
And look, the key thing here is you don't have to go out and become a coder. That's not the point. The real goal is to become an empowered user, someone who knows how to question the technology and who understands the powerful forces that are at play.
It's really all about understanding the why behind the tech. Why are you seeing the specific content? What's the business model that's making this free service possible? It means recognizing that AI learns from flawed, biased, human data. It's about knowing you need to fact-check what it spits out, learning to peek outside your algorithmic bubble, and most importantly, knowing that you do have the power to shape your own digital world.
When you get right down to it, AI literacy is becoming just as fundamental to modern life as reading and writing. Seriously, if you want to participate fully and safely in our society today, understanding how these systems work is no longer just a nice-to-have. It's a basic civic skill.
And that leaves us with one final, really powerful thought to chew on. AI is built from our data. It's basically a mirror that reflects our society back at us, all of its brilliance, and yeah, all of its flaws too. So the most important question isn't, what will the machine become? The real question is, what do we, as a society, want to show it about ourselves? What do we want that mirror to reflect?